What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Magic Kingdom. We're here today to give our final farewell and salute to Rivers of America as we know it. Today is the final day to go over to Tom Sawyer's Island and explore over there, and the final day to ride the Liberty Bell riverboat around the Rivers of America. Unfortunately, Rivers of America in its entirety is closing down for a major refurbishment and to go away altogether to make way for a brand new Cars Land expansion to the Magic Kingdom. We'll get into all of the details a little bit later, but for right now, let's head on inside and have some fun. It feels good to be back at the Magic Kingdom. As soon as we walk inside, I want to point out the refurbishment that's going on the Main Street train station. You can see all the scrims are up over here, and unfortunately, the Walt Disney World Railroad is, I believe, mostly closed down. I think it's half closed. I think they're only running it from Fantasyland over to Main Street and back. I'm not sure on the specifics, but I'll make sure to find out. I certainly hope the weather holds out today. The clouds are not looking too favorable, and the forecast does call for rain later, but I do have my umbrella and all of my rain gear with me, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have any torrential downpours today.
It's a slow road after all, it's a slow. Who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me? M-I-C-K-Y-N-O-U-S-E. Hey, they're high, they're whole, they're over as welcome as can be. Louder! M-I-C-K-Y-N-O-U-S-E. Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. It's older than I come along and sing a song and join the jamboree. M-I-C-K-Y-N-O-U-S-E.
So take a look at Main Street USA. What the heck? Why is there so much room for activities out here? Oh my gosh, where is everybody? Now, I have been hearing rumblings of this summer at Disney being very slow and the wait times actually being pretty decent throughout the whole park and throughout all the other parks. So I haven't taken a look at the app yet to look at the wait times, but I'm very curious to see what they're looking like today. Okay, so the Castle Show is going on right now, so I'm gonna try and talk over the music, but I wanna point out the wait times. Are you kidding me right now? So we have 55-minute waits for Tron and Space Mountain. That's pretty normal, but look at all the 5s and 15s and 10s. Look at that, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, only a 40-minute wait. All these attractions, 10, 15, maybe 20-minute wait. Look at that, a 0-minute wait. I have never seen that before. 10, 15s, we have 40 for Peter Pan. That's normal, 13 for Haunted Mansion, so that's a walk-on. The Liberty Bell is a 15-minute wait, 10-minute wait to get to Tom Sawyer's Island, 15-minute wait for Jungle Cruise, 5 for Pirates of the Caribbean, 40 for Tiana's. What the heck? What are these wait times? This is awesome. Let's go ahead and start making our way over to Tom Sawyer's Island and explore that before the sky opens up. In a very surprising turn, the Hall of Presidents quietly reopened not too long ago, so do with that information what you will. Here's a look at the line to currently get over to Tom Sawyer's Island. You have to wait over here in this little shack and then you hop on a raft. and you head on over. The Liberty Bell just passed on through, so this boat is going to be departing here shortly. Let's go ahead on and get in line. Not even a 10-minute wait, and we are making our way onto the rafts. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tom Sawyer's Island. I don't believe I've ever been on Tom Sawyer's Island, like, with you guys on this channel before. Now, a lot of you guys probably don't know this, but I used to work at Disney World during my college program, and I actually worked at Splash Mountain. So I had the opportunity to explore Tom Sawyer's Island quite a bit during my college program. Have I retained a lot of the information that I learned about Tom Sawyer's Island and a lot of the fun facts? No, because that was back in 2015. But it's still really good to be back. I have not set foot on this island since 2015 on my college program. So before we actually go exploring the island, I wanted to come over to Aunt Polly's and actually sit down and have a little bit of a snack. Before we got on the raft to come over here, I actually stopped at a quick service stand and I got some corn dog nuggets and chips to have on the island while I'm here. Once upon a time, Aunt Polly's used to be a legitimate quick service location where you could come over here and buy food and drinks and actually like have picnics out here and eat. And unfortunately, that is no longer a thing. I can't remember the last time Aunt Polly's was open. I think it was back in 2015. Like legit, that was the last time I remember Aunt Polly's being open, and that was just for a little bit. I think that was for like 4th of July weekend, or like one of the most busiest times of the year is when Aunt Polly's was open temporarily, and I think they only served like Uncrustable PB&J sandwiches. But anyways, something that's really cool about Aunt Polly's is that when I was on my college program, I actually got to go upstairs to the second level of Aunt Polly's to the office space that's up there, and I got to do a little bit of my Frontierland training up there, which is really cool. So there's definitely quite a few fond memories on Tom Sawyer's Island, and I'll make sure to share more with you guys as we progress and go explore around. But yeah, I'm just here chilling. We have a view of the Liberty Bell right now. People are getting on and off. I'm enjoying myself and taking in the shade. I tell you guys what, the skies are not looking too good, that's for sure. Maybe I'm gonna wait things out at Aunt Polly's, because I don't want to stray too far and then get caught. Literally 2 minutes after I filmed that clip, it started raining. Oh no.
Guys, that was a lot more intense. I thought it was going to be almost
And that's the crazy thing about Florida weather. That storm lasted 5 minutes, if that. The sun is already back out. What in the world? You can see the rain moved off in that direction, and then it's blue skies over here. Well, partially. So over here, as you approach the dock, there's an old mill. Now, on a normal day, this would be a functioning water wheel, and these would be turning, but the water wheel is turned off, so there is no like movement in here, unfortunately. But something really cool is the owl that's up there. Yeah, see, normally this water wheel would be on and it would be turning, but unfortunately it is not, so none of the mechanics and stuff inside are functioning. Oh my gosh, look at all the steam coming up off the ground. Ugh, it's humid. This is Florida. If it rains and the sun immediately comes back out, that's what you're gonna see. It is just disgustingly humid. And unfortunately, in some parts of the islands, the drainage is not the best. Let's see, welcome. If you like dark caves, mystery mines, bottomless pits, shaky bridges, and big rocks, you have come to the best place I know. If you don't like creepy old scary places, don't worry. Huck, Finn, and myself was plenty scared too. Huck was more scared than me. Tom was not Huck. So here's a quick look at the map of the island. So we're starting right over here, and we're gonna start making our way clockwise. So we're gonna go this way, we're gonna head over to the old fort, explore over there, then make our way back over the Barrel Bridge and go back out by Aunt Polly's, and explore a couple of caves along the way. Now, there are several caves here on Tom Sawyer's Island. This is just one of them. I think this is one of the smaller ones. Let's head on inside and explore. I know some caves here are like not very big people friendly at all. So let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. This is also a perfect test for my low light on the camera because I tried to film Test Track the other day and my camera bugged out on me. Oh, at least the AC in here is really nice. Let's go ahead and keep coming on down. It's also really dark, so my eyes haven't adjusted, so I'm like using the camera to actually see where I'm going. There's like some light in here, but my eyes just haven't fully adjusted yet. Everything's like tilted sideways, so you're kind of like leaning to the side, which is weird, but the AC in here is kicking. I love it. I forgot about these. You're just kind of at a slant the whole time. I would say make sure you keep your balance in here, but today's the last day, so these warnings don't really matter. Now, one little tidbit of information for my college program I did retain is that this is an official hidden Mickey, but instead of a Mickey, it's a Goofy. It's a sideways silhouette. You see his nose over here and his hat, his ear back here. That is a Goofy, intentional Goofy silhouette. So this is another one of those interesting hallways. It's like a forced perspective. It makes it look like the hallway goes on forever. Really, really cool stuff. All right, I found another cave and I have the camera out just because I can't see nothing. My eyes have not adjusted. What in the world? Some stuff to find on the wall over here. I'd also like to point out that there is no AC in this particular cave. Some stuff you can squeeze around over there. There's a little bit of AC. Oh gosh, I forgot about the scary faces. Take a look at that. It's meant to play with your mind. Intentional scary faces. So we just came from that direction and check out this sketchy looking bridge over here. It's over a pit of water. Oh, you guys can't hear it, but it actually creaks too. I forgot about all of this. It has been so long since I've been in these caves. And then like, look, it's a pretty narrow space you would have to go through, and it's kind of a maze to get yourself out of here. Just a little bit. There's several ways that you could go. All right, we found the bridge over to Fort Langhorn. Let's go ahead and cross it. It's a little bit of a fun bridge. It's got some bounce to it. It's a fun bridge. If you guys have ever been on the one at Animal Kingdom, this is very similar. You can make it sway a little bit. Hey, Drew. If you like bouncing around on bridges, this one's for you. Here's a bit of a refurbishment update on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. To my knowledge, the track layout itself is exactly the same, but they have retracked the entire ride completely. All of this black track is brand spanking new. They've been doing some envelope testing recently with some of the ride vehicles, so hopefully it reopens before the end of the year, but as of right now, it's currently not scheduled to reopen until early 2026. Something really cool that I got to do during my time here in Frontierland on my college program is that early mornings, every morning, they would have to take the rafts and they would have to ride around the entirety of Rivers of America testing the sensors in the water. So up along the banks over there and over here, there are different sensors, and each morning they have to take a raft and intentionally bump the Big Thunder Mountain Island and Tom Sawyer's Island in order to activate the sensors to test them out. It was an honestly really cool experience to be out here that early in the morning and not going around Rivers of America in the Liberty Bell, but in one of the Tom Sawyer's Island rafts. And we have made it inside Fort Langhorn. This is honestly a really cool place to explore. I mean, not that you guys will be able to explore it anymore after today, but it's still a really cool place to explore. You can see we have like a blacksmith over here. There's a couple of animatronics inside. You can see a couple of animatronics in there. A couple of animatronic horses, which is really cool. I didn't even notice the dog. I forgot about the dog. Now, something that I learned when I was in the college program is that I forget which one, but one of these animatronics is actually Abraham Lincoln. I believe it's this one over here. It's an Abraham Lincoln animatronic just repurposed for this. Now, I wonder, are the rifles still here? Let's head on upstairs and check it out. You can climb up some spiral stairs to the second level of the fort. Oh my gosh, yes they are. Not all of them are here though. There used to be rifles on all of these, but there's only one left, and you can fire and it makes a gun sound. It's very interesting. I'm surprised these lasted up until its very last day. But yeah, you used to be able to have a direct line of sight to Big Thunder Mountain, and you would have a rifle pointed right at it. So, I can understand why they got rid of these. We made our way down a little bit further. There's a big cannon over here pointed at Big Thunder Mountain, and I found the other rifles that are pointed to Big Thunder Mountain. Oh my gosh. What in the world? So yeah, you can grab one of these.
Oh, Larry, look.
That is wild. So before we exit Fort Langhorn, I wanted to share one of the fondest memories I have from my college program. So, since we were working in Frontierland, we had access to all of this. So, as a bit of a celebration for the college program kids, they had a party for us after hours here in Fort Langhorn, where they set up a TV screen over here, or like a screen, and they projected a movie onto the screen, and they served us like hot dogs and burgers and stuff from in here, and chips. It was really cool. We had a bunch of chairs and bean bags set up. It was amazing. We took one of the Tom Sawyer rafts over here, and we got to be here after hours. We got to watch them practice the Festival of Fantasy parade in the middle of the night. It was really cool, and this is definitely one of my favorite memories from my college program. So being here for one last time, it's a little sad. All right, I think we've spent enough time here in Fort Langhorn exploring and everything. Let's go ahead down the escape tunnel. All right, let's go. It says, watch your step. We're going on down a steep set of stairs. Ooh, this is very narrow. So if you're a bigger person, you're gonna struggle a little bit. This is one of those not so big people-friendly tunnels. If you're plus size, you will struggle. Like, imagine trying to fit in that. Oh gosh, yeah, I gotta turn on my side. Okay, we're going. I can barely see. There's some lights, but I can't see. Also, if you're tall, you're gonna hit your noggin. What the heck is this way? Is that a door? Yeah, the camera says that's a door. I gotta squeeze on through here. Look at this, like, look at this, look at this, boom. That's how much space there is for you to squeeze on through. Let me take my backpack off for this. Squeeze, think skinny thoughts. Think skinny thoughts. I see light. I see light. Oh no, a puddle. But I made it. Let me get my footing over here, over the puddle. Okay, we made it, yay. And then we're greeted with a really nice view of the rivers of America, heading on down towards Haunted Mansion and Liberty Square. Let's go ahead and continue on this way. There's just a wee bit of a line for the Barrel Bridge. Nothing too crazy though. Now, I'm not actually gonna film myself going across this. Well, actually, am I? These things aren't very fat people friendly, so like, I know I'm gonna sink in to the water over here. Oh gosh, yeah. I remember, I don't like this at all. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, definitely gotta hang on to the handrails at all times. Oh, Jesus. Okay, sketchy. Me no likey. That was a mistake. All right, and that about concludes our time here at Tom Sawyer's Island. We've seen and done pretty much everything there is to do. It was really nice to get back out here one last time before it closes forever. Let's go ahead and start making our way back to the boat dock so that way we can hop on the Liberty Bell. And with that, we say so long forever to Tom Sawyer's Island. We are pushing off and heading on out. It's just like being on a Disney cruise, but low budget. Psych, we're back. The riverboat's on its way. It's kind of fun to wave to all the people on the riverboat. All right, let's try this again. You know, I distinctly remember when I was little, we were on this thing and my parents said, "You want a Disney cruise? Here you go. This is your Disney cruise." Thanks. Look at me now. It is so unbelievably hot and humid outside. I had to treat myself to a Mickey ice cream sandwich. I'll take this over a Mickey Premium Bar any day. You guys can debate me down in the comment section below. Which do you like more, the ice cream sandwich or the Premium Bar? So I have made my way over to the Liberty Bell loading area and I'm just chilling. The boat just left right now. I wanted to get here nice and early so I could sit down and relax and wait for the boat to do its full loop, and then I'll get on. I'm not trying to be one of the first ones on the boat to get, you know, on the very bow of the ship. I just want to be somewhere along the railing. But yeah, I'm just gonna chill for a little bit. Now, it should be said, I have absolutely no sentimental value or sentiment, is that the word I'm looking for, towards the Liberty Bell. So I'm kind of indifferent about it leaving. But selfishly enough, and you other content creators who come to Magic Kingdom can relate, I'm not going to miss the constant really loud horns, because you guys know when you're trying to film something, you're trying to talk to the camera and that horn goes off, you have no choice but to stop because it is so loud and they do it so often. So that's one positive to come out of this at least. All right, it is time to board the Liberty Bell for the last time. Yeah, I think skinny. This is the last time we'll have this view of Tom Sawyer's Island with Aunt Polly's right here. And then off in the distance, we have the Haunted Mansion. And here we are, Disney Cruise 2.0 with a little bit more of a budget. Now, way back in the day, this cabin used to be legitimately on fire. There would be legitimate flames coming out of it. Unfortunately, the effect has since been turned off for quite a while now, and I unfortunately never got to see the effect for myself, but I've seen pictures and it looks really cool. That's so cool. They're doing like a little mock horn battle. I love that. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break from Liberty Square and we're gonna make our way across the park over to Tomorrowland because I wanna go to Cosmic Rays for dinner. They have a brand new menu item that I am really excited to try. Let's go and check it out. All right, guys, check this out. We have the Truffle French Onion Burger. Angus beef patty with braised beef, caramelized onion confit, Swiss cheese, Parmesan, crispy onions, and black garlic truffle aioli served with truffle French fries. Truffle everything. You guys know how much I love truffle sauce or truffle oil, truffle anything. On Disney Cruise Line, I love the black truffle pasta, and the salmon royale has truffle oil in it. Oh my god. I can't wait to try this. Let's go ahead and dig in. Well, unfortunately, the burger was not a 10 out of 10 like I had hoped. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. By far, is it still the best burger that I've ever had at Cosmic Rays, but it's still a 7 out of 10. And what drastically brought down is the braised beef. The braised beef, way overcooked, and it was like kind of stiff. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was drowned in sauce, but it was still stiff, so it was like trying to cover it. Very disappointing. The truffle was good, and the fries were still the best thing. I love the truffle fries here at Cosmic Rays. They are fantastic. Thebomb.com. But the burger, no, it was disappointing. I'd get it again, but there's still like plenty of other places here at Magic Kingdom that I would rather go to eat. You know what I mean? All right, current time is 7:30. You can see the Liberty Bell is getting ready to head on out right now. But this line right here is all the folks who have a wristband to be the final ones to ride the riverboat on Rivers of America. Earlier today, they were handing out gold wristbands and you had to be here to get one in order to be confirmed to be one of the last riders. Unfortunately, we were not here for that. I was never interested in being one of the last riders, but still very interesting to see this line that stretches all the way down and is only growing. So oddly enough, they are letting people without wristbands into the line to be one of the final ones on the riverboat. So possibly they're gonna be loading this bad boy up. This right here is the second to last ever riverboat ride on Rivers of America. Okay, so I stand corrected. The riverboat ride that's going now is the third to last. So the 8 o'clock is going to be the last ride without wristbands, and then there's going to be the final one at 8:30 for everyone with a gold wristband. So they are getting ready to load all the guests that have wristbands. All of these guests over here have wristbands and they are ready and excited to be one of the very last ones, if not the very last ones, to ride the riverboat. That's so cute. Everyone from the Liberty Tree Tavern is outside ringing bells and applauding the guests on the river bell. That's cool. And take a look at that. Everybody's going in. The final guests to ride the Liberty Bell. They're all being loaded. I am shocked at how many people are in this line getting on the boat. Like, they are maxing this thing out for the final ride. Holy moly. Something I just realized is that this is the final sunset of Rivers of America. It wouldn't surprise me if they had this thing drained by tomorrow. The Liberty Bell is pulling back into the station and all the guests that are waiting to be one of the last riders are applauding. I don't know if you guys heard that. There was an initial round of applause, I promise. So something interesting that I want to point out is that the Rivers of America is lined with people all wanting to witness the last ride of the Liberty Bell. Look at all the people down there. There's still so many cameras off in that direction. It is nuts. I've never seen that before. So right now what we're waiting for is the mad dash of people and trying to get to the very front of the boat over here for that final video, because I have a feeling a lot of people are going to try and do that. Yep, there they go. Everybody run to the top. Never in my life have I seen the Liberty Bell so gosh darn crowded. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's nice. They're letting custodial cast members get on, be one of the last riders. For the very last time, the Liberty Bell is setting sail on the rivers of America. Wow. This is insane. That is nuts. And then look at everybody on the rivers of America. Holy cow. Never seen this before. This is nuts. Here she comes. One last time around the river bend. Look at how full that thing is. Good Lord. So what's crazy is that this boat has been docked for, say 15, 20 minutes now, and there's still people who are hanging out waiting to get kicked off by security. I don't know what they're all waiting for, maybe one last horn or something, but people are still hanging out and not leaving. Current time is 9:12, and they finally made the announcement. They're like, all right, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Told everybody to get off. It's just a matter of figuring out who's gonna be the official last one off the boat. Hold on a second, this changes everything. There are two very good boys down there. I want them to be last. We don't need last feet, we need last paws.
I'm gonna make sure all the cast check and I'll be upstairs.
Good night, sweet prince. You've served us well. I really hope they don't throw you in a scrap pile.